Now comes the truly brilliant move, the heart of the Immortal game.
This is it.
Black plays. Knight to f2.
Knight f2, sacrificing the knight.
Yes. Ignores all the material on the board and just goes for the kill. Pure positional sacrifice for checkmate.
And this is the move the computers struggled with initially.
That's the one. They had this horizon effect, right? They saw white would be up material immediately after taking the knight.
So they thought white was better.
For a short calculation depth, yeah. They couldn't see far enough ahead beyond their horizon to realize that the material didn't matter. Checkmate was forced down the line.
But Yusupov, the human, saw it. Maybe 15 moves deep? Astonishing.
Truly incredible foresight.
Okay, so before the fireworks, there's the setup. Yusupov spent the first, 11 moves or so getting everything perfectly placed?
Yeah, expertly setting the trap, you could say. Let's run through those initial moves quickly. It sets up this aggressive King's Indian structure.
All right, let's tick them off. White opens pawn to c4.
Black responds pawn to e5.
Pawn to g3 from white.
Black plays pawn to d6.
Bishop to g2.
Black pawn to g6. It's a sort of mirror.
Pawn to d4. White grabs space.
Black develops the knight to d7.
Knight to c3.
Black plays bishop to g7. Fianchetto complete.
Knight to f3. Standard development.
Knight to f6 from black.
Okay, safety first. White castles.
Black castles 2. King's tucked away.
White brings the queen out to c2.
Black prepares the center. Rook to e8, supporting that e5 pawn.
Rook to d1.
Black solidifies with pawn to c6.
White plays pawn to b3, maybe looking queenside.
Black centralizes the queen to e7. Very logical.
And that brings us to move 11. White finishes this initial phase, playing bishop to a3.
Right, and this is where the strategies really diverge.
Yeah.
Ivanchuk, with white, he's going for this slow positional squeeze, That bishop on a3 is meant to tie down black's queenside.
Looks logical on the surface.
It does, but it's maybe a bit predictable, a bit slow. And this played right into Yusupov's hands, gave him the tempo, the time he needed to launch his own plan on the kingside.
Ah, okay. So while white's looking one way,
Yusupov's preparing to strike the other way. Both grandmasters clearly did their homework here, the opening theory. But really, folks, this is just the appetizer.
yeah, the quiet before the storm, because Yusupov is done waiting.
Exactly. Middle game time.
Yeah.
And Yusupov decides, okay, let's light the fuse. Kingside attack initiated.
Move 11. Black plays pawn to e4.
Boom. There it is.
That's the move. Challenges white's center immediately. Declaration of war, like you said.
White reacts instantly. Knight to g5. Tries to hit the weak square left behind.
Makes sense.
But black doesn't back down. Move 12. Black plays pawn to e3. Just pushes it right in there.
Whoa, pawn e3. That's aggressive.
It's a fantastic strategic move. It's like a dagger aimed right at white's king. It blocks white's pieces and basically turns the whole position into this claustrophobic cage for Ivanchuk.
So Ivanchuk's feeling the heat already.
Oh, yeah. Huge strategic pressure. And his response, move 13, white plays pawn to f4.
Pawn f4. Trying to break things open.
Trying? Maybe. But analysis later showed this was, well, a serious misstep. It weakened the central control on those dark squares around his king for basically no real gain.
A strategic error, then.
A pretty significant one. Black immediately capitalizes. Knight to f8.
Knight f8. Looks like it's going backwards.
Rerouting. Headed towards the kingside, towards the attack. Very common King's Indian idea.
Okay, got it. Meanwhile, white tries to get something going on the other side. Pawn to b4.
Black keeps building the pressure. Bishop to f5. Hitting the queen.
White moves queen to b3.
Black kicks the knight with pawn to h6.
White has to retreat. Knight back to f3.
And now black brings the other knight into the attack. Knight to g4. Look where that's aiming.
f2. Yeah, the temperature is definitely rising.
The kingside attack is now officially on. White pushes pawn to b5, maybe distracting. Black ignores it. Plays the super committal aggressive pawn to g5.
Super 5, just throwing the pawns forward.
No holding back. This is all out attack now.
And the trades begin. White plays pawn takes c6.
Black recaptures, pawn takes c6, maintaining the structure.
White tries to complicate. Knight e5.
Black ignores the material again, slams back with pawn takes f4, keep the pressure on the king.
White keeps taking material, though. Knight takes c6. He's up now.
Materially, yes. But look where black's queen goes now. Move 20. Queen to g5.
Ooh, queen g5. That looks dangerous. Aiming right at the kingside.
The pressure is mounting, big time. White takes on d6.
Black brings the knight to g6, reinforcing the attack, covering squares.
White centralizes. Knight to d5, trying to fight back.
Black just ramps it up again. Queen to h5, hitting that h-pawn.
White plays pawn to h4. A desperate attempt to block the attack.
Feels a bit late for that.
It is too late.
Yeah.
Black immediately plays takes g4.
White recaptures, queen takes h4.
The storm has definitely arrived. Checkmate threats are everywhere for white now.
Okay, and now we reach the critical moment, the point of no return.
Absolutely. Move 25. White plays knight from d to e7 check.
Knight from d to e7 check, and the analysis says...
Screams, a huge blunder. That's the quote. White sacrifices the wrong knight. The position is just lost after this.
Wow. Black simply moves king to h8.
So this is the key distinction, right? If Ivanchuk had played the other knight check...
Knight from c to e7 check.
Exactly. Knight from c to e7 check. Maybe, just maybe, he complicates things enough to fight for a draw. It was a complex, but potentially holdable.
But knight from d to e7, that specific one.
That one loses.
Yeah.
Decisively. It just walks into Yusupov's tactical web. He missed his absolute last chance.
Brutal. And Yusupov's response is immediate. White plays, knight takes f5.
Black counters.
Yeah.
Queen h2 check. Simple and deadly.
White is forced. King to f1, only move.
And now the final piece joins the attack. Black brings the rook over to e6.
Rook e6, swinging into the attack, using that open e-file. Coordinated assault.
The threats are just suffocating now. It feels completely forced from here.
Ivanchuk tries to trade, maybe lessen the pressure. Queen to b7.
But Black ignores it. Rook to g6 now, eyeing g2 maybe.
And our sources say the forced mating sequence starts right here.
Pretty much. Yusupov likely saw this whole line, maybe 10 moves back even. It's all calculated.
Incredible calculation. And Ivanchuk, he takes the bait, doesn't he? He thinks he's winning material.
Yeah, he grabs the rook. Queen takes a8 check.
Black simply sidesteps. King to h7.
Ivanchuk took the rook, but like you said, he's just walking straight into the calculated sequence. It's a trap.
Move 30. White tries queen to g8 check.
A desperate final attempt to stave off mate, maybe get a perpetual, but no.
Black calmly responds. King takes g8. Accepts the queen sacrifice. King is safe.
White throws in another check. Knight from c to e7 check.
Black king back to h7.
White tries clearing more pieces. Knight takes g6.
Black recaptures. Pawn takes g6.
So let's pause. White has grabbed some material back, tried to simplify.
But it's completely pointless, right?
Totally fruitless.
Yeah.
Yusupov saw this entire forced line. He knew checkmate was unavoidable regardless of the material count.
Okay, move 33. White plays knight takes g7. Still grabbing pawns. Desperate.
But now comes the truly brilliant move. The heart of the Immortal game.
This is it.
Black plays. Knight to f2.
Knight f2.
Yes. Ignores all the material on the board and just goes for the kill. Pure positional sacrifice for checkmate.
And this is the move the computers struggled with initially.
That's the one. They had this horizon effect, right? They saw white would be up material immediately after taking the knight.
So they thought white was better.
For a short calculation depth, yeah. They couldn't see far enough ahead beyond their horizon to realize that the material didn't matter. Checkmate was forced down the line.
But Yusupov, the human, saw it. Maybe 15 moves deep. Astonishing.
Truly incredible foresight. Okay, so white has to take the knight eventually, but first plays bishop takes f4.
Black recaptures, queen takes f4. Keeping the pressure on.
White tries to create an escape square. Knight to e6, blocking the queen's path maybe.
Black plays queen to h2. Relentless.
White plays rook from d to b1, getting out of the way.
Black plays knight to h3, sealing the king's escape route.
White throws in a couple of spy checks. Rook to b7 check.
Black king to h8.
White rook to b8 check.
Black simply takes the rook. Queen takes b8.
The end is nigh. Move 39. White plays bishop takes h3, clearing the last defender.
And Black delivers the final move. The coup de grace, queen to g3.
Queen to g3. And that's it. Checkmate in one. The white king is completely trapped. Game over.
Wow. Just wow. What a masterful game. A stunning display of calculated risk, deep planning, and just beautiful sacrificial chess.
Absolutely.
So if your jaw just hit the floor watching Yusupov's incredible technique unfold,
And you want more deep dives into chess history and strategy,
please smash that subscribe button. Don't miss our next breakdown.
and subscribe to the channel, Chess Explained by AI.